Norwich City continue to impress out in the Championship as Bournemouth keep up the heat. But what's going to happen this midweek? We'll take a little look next. Show today, we take a look at Matchday. What is it? Matchday number 19 on the Championship, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to get you bang out today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related. Whoa, what are we going to do here in a bloody attic, of course? Yes, been pushed out of studio once again, of course, trying to keep up with the predictions there, coming thick and fast. I'm absolutely at my wit's end, trying to keep up the heat is very, very hard. And then because of how hard it is, I do appreciate the patrons. That's right, we're up to 22 right now. We're trying to get up to 25. So if you are thinking about it, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But anyway, we're going to jump straight to the deep end because we've got a lot to do. Of course, we're going to start right here, right now, by taking a little look at, of course, your predictions then, shall we? Let's get into it. So, kick it all off, of course, let's take a recap, of course, of how we all got on last time around. Here's a recap of the criteria. 0 to 4, you're in the shitface gang. 5 to 9, you're in the shitface club. 10 plus, you're in the top bins. Kick it all off, it was the Battle of Wales. It was, of course, down at Cardiff. 2-0 in the end, it was, but not in favour of Cardiff. It was, in fact, in favour of Swansea. 2-0 winners in the end. Jamalo with a couple of goals there for Swansea. Joe Rolls giving a bit of a hard time for Cardiff as he got himself sent off with a double yellow on the 67th minute. Meanwhile, Bournemouth also continued to impress with a 5-0 demolition of Huddersfield, of course. Actually, when the score draw on that one. Solanke with a couple of goals there. David Brooks, Junior Stanislas and Sam Surridge giving Bournemouth a easy ride there. 5-0 winners at home against Huddersfield. I went with the 1-1 draw. Meanwhile, Watford won 1-0 over Birmingham at St Andrews. Troy Deeney from the penalty spot after Christian Pedersen got himself sent off. Made it very, very hard for them, of course, in the back end of that game. Would have been a good point, but ultimately, no. Meanwhile, Rovers, they fold their addition there to get back into the top 6 consideration. Norwich City 2-1 winners over Rovers. Pookie with a couple of goals there. Javier sandwiched in between those 2 goals. It's probably the best of the 3, but ultimately it means nothing. Means little in the end. Meanwhile, Derby against Stoke ended up 0-0 in the end. I went with the 1-0 win for Derby. The one who there's no goals, nothing to get excited about, but it's a point in the bag for Rooney's boys. Meanwhile, Middlesbrough 3-0 winners over Millwall in the Battle of the Ems. Of course, it bloody well was. I actually went with a 2-1 win. Got the right amount of goals. Watmore with a couple of goals there. Marcus Taverner as well, giving Middlesbrough 3 points. Get back to winning ways for Warnock. Luton Town were 3-0 winners over Preston as well. Comfortable win for them at of course, Kenilworth Road. Goals on the day were James Collins with that bloody hat-trick. That's him back into consideration for the Golden Boot, of course. It's been a little bit cold recently, but he's there, slinging as well. Meanwhile, I went with a 2-1, not too shabby. Forest, though, continue to struggle with Chris Hughton. 3-1 win in the end for Brentford, as, of course, Ivan Toney outright got the 15th goal, and now is the outright scorer. Josh De Silva and Henrik Dalsgaard on the score sheet for Brentford. Joe Worrell got himself a late consolation goal for Forest before Anthony Knockout got himself sent off. Actually, with a 2-0 win for Brentford, and again, not too shabby. Meanwhile, Reading, they also go back to winning ways with a 1-0 win over QP Bloody R. The one and only goal scorer on that one, I'll tell you it now, it was, of course, the one and only. Who was it? It was Michael Olise on the score sheet on the 89th minute winner, giving Reading the 3 points. I went with the 1-1 draw. Meanwhile, Rotherham against Bristol City ended up as a 2-0 win for Rotherham. They managed to beat Bristol City. Unfortunately, Rovers could not do it. And that's who Rovers take on next. It is Rotherham. Crooks on the score sheet, Michael Smith as well. Actually went with a 1-1 draw on that one. Shame on bloody me. Meanwhile, Battle of Yorkshire ended up as a 2-1 win for Barnsley. Pulis boys also struggling at the moment. They can't really get back into the groove of things at the moment. But anyway, 2-1 win. Collingwood Road, Dominic Fraser on the score sheet with Josh Windass getting a consolation goal there for Wednesday. I actually went with the 1-0 win for Wednesday, but shame on me. And wrapping it up, Coventry City 2-1 winners over Wycombe. Of course, that was in Wycombe. And of course, last season, this was in League One, of course, but they're now here competing with the big boys. Out in, of course, the Championship. Liam Kelly with a couple of goals there. Joe Jackson for the penalty spot, giving Wycombe a little bit of edge, but unfortunately not good enough. And as you can see, I got myself 4, which is not good enough either. Of course, that puts me in the shit-faced gang, but Norwich City lead the charge. 3 points clear over Bournemouth. Swansea, Watford, Reading, and Brentford make up your top 6. At the foot of the table is Wycombe, Derby, and Forest going down. Rovers taking on Rotherham this weekend, or midweek, should I say. Rovers into 12th, Rotherham into 20th. Good 9 points separate those two sides, and of course a bit of a gap now opening up between 6th and Rovers, but of course hopefully we can change that this week with of course double double match week. Get into, of course, let's take a look at how you all got on. This is the criteria. Not again, 0 to 4, you're in the shit face game. 5-9 straight face go. 10 plus, you're in the top bins, of course. Let's take a look at Roberto Hollis. You did all right. Mr. Norwich did poop. Damien Heaven, he did bits. Mini-Ark also not too shabby. Shepard, well done to you, brother. You did okay. Also did all right. Ojo, not too bad as well. David Keeley also did shit, mate. Jacob Jakobsen also did very, very well. Well done to you. Nathan Eve also did very, very well. Well done, brother. Gaming Charlie, home run. He actually got 11 out of 12. Well done to you. Ultra O'Meara, not too bad either. Okay, he did okay. Gethin Tanker, Tasker did bits. Shader Don also did very, very well. Irrelevant Channel did bits. Alex Well, not too shabby. Lee's 2020 did bits, as did Sam Rawlings Smith. Vincent Hunt, not too shabby. And Mitchell Shoney, of course. Well done to my patrons, of course. A guy named Bob did poop. Yannick West also did ghastly. Cody Coco also did absolutely poopski. And Nafo, he did all right as well for himself. Nitisha A, he's okay. Russell Frost also did very, very well. And Jakob Loring also did very, very well indeed. Of course, that's just my picks. What about the leaderboard? This is the leaderboard as it stands for this week and this week alone. Your man, your king is Gaming Charlie with an impressive 11 out of 12. Absolutely no one near. Shepard, though, in second spot. Vincent Hong also in the top 3 as well. As for your overall leaderboard, well, Gaming Charlie's big result here gives him a bloody well, not too shabby. It's actually gaining in on Shane O'Donnell, who, of course, is the kingpin at the moment with an 81% success rate, give or take, of course. And Gaming Charlie is in second. Jakob Jackson is in third. Russell Frost and Cody Co make up your power 5. So we've got 4 patrons in the top 5. Could you be another patron? Gaming Charlie, maybe check it out. Check out the link down below, of course. Patreon.com/Roverseas. Let's get into the next round of matches. Of course, it's going to take place. I'm only going to give you the last 6 because I am stretched here with my basic sort of setup. But we're going to take a look at it, of course. QP bloody R taking on Stoke City on Tuesday night. Of course, we won't get the odds on this one because it is Stoke. But they play each other 6 times. The best 2 wins for QPR, 1 win for Stoke, and 3 draws, of course. Last time out was at Loftus Road back in February 2020. It was a 4-2 win for QPR. Jordan Heigl on the score sheet. Ibre Che as well. Bright Samuel and Elias Chair as well. Sam Clucas and Tyrus Campbell giving Stoke a 2-goal lead in that one, but ultimately fell short. Heading into this, though, Stoke have actually kept a clean sheet in 7 of the last 9 away matches, and I fancy their chances on this one. Heading into this bad boy, give me a second. I'm trying to get a mouse onto this. Of course, heading into this, Stoke are in 8th spot. QPR are down into 19th at the moment, but you know what? That could all change, of course. Heading into this, bad boy. Let's take a closer look than the last. Heading into this, form-wise, of course, Stoke they're just one to beat the past 5 for them. That was against Cardiff. On the flip side, QPR coming to this without a win in 5, winning 4 of them to boot. Like I said, can't give you the odds on this one, but I'll tell you what, the situation out in the league shows QPR, if they go to be victorious, they could go as high as 17th in the table. Stoke, though, can come into this in 8th, and with them, they could actually go into the top 6. That's right, boys and girls. What have I gone with on this one? I've gone with a 1-0 win for QPR to get back to winning ways, and again, to put themselves, maybe get themselves into mid-table. Of course, next up, we have, what do we have? We have Bournemouth taking on, of course, Wycombe Wanderers. Let's take a close look at this one then, shall we? Of course, they play each other a bunch of times, but the last 6 sees 4 wins for Bournemouth, 2 for Wycombe, and no draws. Last time out was back in 2012 at the Vitality. It was a 2-0 win for Bournemouth. The goal scorers on the day were Wes Thomas and Michael Sims as well. That's back in January 2012 at the Vitality. Heading into this, though, Bournemouth have actually won 5 of the last 6 matches against Wycombe in all competitions, and they've also scored at least 2 goals in 7 of the last 8 matches. To come into this, 1 defeat the past 6. That was against Preston, of course, 3-2 loss to them. On the flip side, Wycombe 3 defeats in the past 4 for them. Not looking good at the moment. Quick look at the situation out in the bookies. If I can get them to you, I'll tell you in just a second. But while it's thinking about it, can I give you the odds? Can it bloody give you the odds? I don't bloody know. It's thinking about it. But anyway, heading into this one, of course, Bournemouth coming to this in second. And win for them mathematically. They could go to the pots. They have a superior goal difference to that of Norwich. Whereas on the flip side, Wycombe come to this second from bottom, but a win for them. They could actually go at the drop zone at the expense of Nottingham Forest. It's not giving me the odds, lads. I don't bloody well know. I don't know what's going on. Why aren't you giving me the odds? Everything is not going my way. Oh yes, it's not going my way. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. It's not going my way. Bum-bum-bum. Maybe if I can go somewhere else. Give me a second here. What about a bag of shite? Not a bag of shite. This is turning into a bag of shite. This is turning into a bag of shite. This is turning into a bag of shite. Bag of shite, 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 bag of shite. Come on, man. Don't be a dick nose. we're not getting the odds. We're not getting the odds today. Unfortunately, we're going to have slim down flipping picks of those heading into this. What have I got on this? I'm just going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you straight. Bournemouth are going to win this one comfortably 2-0. I'm at bare bones here, lads. I'm at bloody bare bones. I've got like shitty-ass computers. I really am having a bit of a hard time recently with a lot of people coming around, and I've also got, going places and stuff like that. It's hard to try and keep up the Joneses. But anyway, we're going to get into the next one. It is Bristol City taking on Millwall. No odds. We're just going to have to, maybe next time I can figure something out, but right now it is a bit of a struggle to try and get things good cooking, and I'm really absolutely stretched for time. Anyway, we played each other in the last 6. 1 win for Bristol City. We got 2 wins for Millwall and 3 draws, of course, included a draw last time at the Den back in February 2020. Last time we played each other at Thrashing Gate was a 2-1 win for Millwall. Of course, that was back in December 2019. Around about this time last year, of course. Millwall have actually failed to win the last 10 matches in the Championship. They're coming to this just 3 defeats to the past 4 for them, only picking up a draw against QPR. On the flip side, Bristol City winning 2 at the past 6. Of course, beating Rovers, and of course they beat QPR a couple of games back. A bit of struggling perhaps for Bristol City. Bristol City coming to this in the old league. They're on 7th spot, but a win for them. They could actually go as high as 3rd in the table, whereas Millwall coming to this also in a bit of a struggle themselves. And a win for them. They could actually go as high as 14th in the bloody league. For me, though, I'm going to stick with a 2-1 win for Bristol City. Get back to winning ways and continue a bit of a rut for Millwall. Next up, though, we have Barnsley taking on Preston. Of course, let's take a close look at this one then, shall we? Barnsley, a good bit of form in the moment. Preston, and a bit of a wobbly bit of situation at the moment in the league. Played each other in the last 6. 1 win for Barnsley, 2 wins for Preston North End, and 3 draws, of course. Last time they played each other at Oakwell was back in January 2020. The 3-0 win for Preston, of course, back in the day. Tom Barkus and Daniel Johnson on the score sheet as well. Barkus got himself a couple on that day. That was, of course, back in January 21st of Jan 2020. Heading into this, though, Preston have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 matches away against Barnsley. They also conceded us 2 goals in the last 4 away matches this season. They're coming to this not too bad form. Preston winning 3 of the past 4, losing to, in fact, that's Barnsley's form. Barnsley's form was winning 3, losing 1. Now, they did lose against Bournemouth. On the flip side, Preston coming to this similar record, unbeaten in 3, losing 1 at the past 4. That defeat was against Luton Town quite heavily as well, 3-0 at Kenilworth Road. Of course, heading into this, Preston coming to this in 15th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 10th in the table, whereas Barnsley, they come to this in 13th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 9th in the bloody league. For me, though, I'm going to go with Barnsley to nick this one. Preston have hit a bit of a rough patch at the moment, and I think they'll continue to suffer with another away day defeat. Next up, though, we have Nottingham Forest taking on Sheffield Wednesday. 2 teams that are desperate for some points to play each other in the past. The last 6, 4 wins for Sheffield Wednesday, 1 win for Nottingham Forest, and 1 draw. Last time out was at Hillsborough. It was a 1-1 draw back in June 2020. Last time they played each other at the City Ground was a 4-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday back in around about this time last season, 14th of December. Jordan Rhodes with all 4 goals, of course. Heading into this, Forest have actually lost the 6 of the last 7 matches in the Championship heading into this, and of course their only positive was the draw against Watford at the City Ground. Meanwhile, Sheffield Wednesday 3 defeats on the spin for them. Of course, Pulis's honeymoon is over, and he's just realised that he's got to dig himself deep on this one. 21st spot, Nottingham Forest, if they are victorious, they could go as high as 20th. Sheffield Wednesday, of course, rooted to the table, but a win for them, they could actually go as high as 22nd in the table. I've gone with a draw on this one. No one's going to be happy with that one, of course, as they try to climb the league. Next up, though, we have Watford up against Brentford. This was on Tuesday night. It's the last game on Tuesday night. All eyes on this one, of course, as the other games would have completed it. Heading into this, of course, they've only played each other the last 4. I've got 3 wins for Watford, 1 draw and nothing for Brentford. Of course, last time played each other was at Brentford in the Championship back in 2015. It was a 2-1 win for Watford. Last time played each other at Vicarage Road was back in September 2014. It was a 2-1 win for Watford as well. A Gallo on the score sheet, Matty Vidra as well, Jonathan Douglas on the score sheet for Brentford, and Daniel Poodle got himself sent off for Watford. Brentford are actually undefeated in the last 11 matches in the Championship. Watford have actually won the last 3 against Brentford in all competitions. Coming into this, though, Brentford unbeaten in 6, but they've only won once out of the past 3, whereas Watford come into this winning twice at the past 4, and that's back-to-back wins for them against Rotherham and, of course, Birmingham. Situation out in the old league sees Watford coming into this in 4th and a win for them. Mathematically, they could go 2nd in the table, whereas Brentford coming to this in 6th and a win for them. They could actually go as high as 2nd as well with a double. This one's going to be tight, this one, but I'm going to go with Watford with the 2-1 win in the end at Vicarage Road. Into Wednesday we go. Derby County up against Swansea. Let's take a close look at this one then, shall we? This is Wednesday night's matches, of course. Derby County, where are you? I can't see it. There it is, of course. Derby bloody County. I'm just queuing up the next ones, of course, as we edge closer to those kickoffs. Again, we have extensive coverage of Rovers against Rotherham, of course. I don't think there's going to be a watch on because of the way things are at the moment. Anyway, Derby against Swansea. They played each other in the last 6. These 3 wins for Derby, nothing for Swansea, and 3 draws. Last time out was at Swansea in Wales, a 3-2 win for Derby. Last time played each other at Pride Park was back in August 2019. It was a new bloody draw. Heading into this, Derby have actually drawn their last 3 home matches. Swansea have actually kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7. Heading into this, just one defeat the past 6 for Swansea. That was a 2-1 loss to Middlesbrough, whereas Derby are unbeaten in the last 5, picking up 4 draws and a win to boot. Of course, Rooney's boys are trying to climb the table, but they're still in the relegation spots. But a win for them, they could actually go from 22nd all the way up to 20th in the table. Of course, Swansea coming to this are looking pretty at the moment, sitting in 3rd spot, but a win for them, they could actually go into the top 2. That's right. I've gone with a 0-0 draw on this one. Again, it continues Wayne Rooney's unbeaten start as manager, but it's just another draw. Of course, they need more better positive results than that one. Next up, we have Middlesbrough up against Luton Town. 2 teams on a bit of a good spring in the step at the moment. The last 2 sees 1 win for Luton, 1 draw, of course. Last time out was back at the Riverside back in last season, back in February. 1-0 win for Luton. Last time they played that was at the Riverside. Of course, the one only goal scorer on that day was Ryan Tunnicliffe on the 17th minute. Heading into this, Middlesbrough have actually kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 home matches. Luton have actually failed to score in the last 3 away. Coming into this, of course, form-wise, just 1 defeat the past 4 for Luton. That was against Swansea, whereas Middlesbrough winning 2 at the past 5. That was against Swansea, and also beating Millwall as well just the other day. Middlesbrough coming to this in 9th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 7th in the table. Luton coming to this in 11th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 8th in the table as well. It's tight, airtight, but I think Middlesbrough will nick this one. 3-0 win. Of course, Duncan Watmore is scoring goals at the moment. Next up, though, we have the game of the midweek. It is Rovers up against Rotherham, and it is at Ewood Park, of course. They played each other in the last 6 seasons. 2 wins for Rovers, 3 draws, and 1 win for Rotherham. Last time out at Ewood Park was a 1-1 draw back in November 2018. Bradley Dacarino and Michael Smith on the score sheet. That was back in the Championship. Of course, heading into this, Rotherham have actually lost the last 6 away matches. Also conceded at least 2 goals in the last 3 away. They come into this 1 win in 6. Rovers without a win in 3, of course. Back-to-back defeats for them, and they're hoping to turn the corner on this one. Look at the situation out in the league. Of course, 20th place, Rotherham, a win for them. They could actually go as high as 19th in the table. Rovers need a win, and they're in 12th, and a win for them. They could actually go as high as 9th in the league, and then maybe can think about those top 6 spots once again. I've gone big on this one, gone big, and I believe Rovers will get the 3-1 win in the bloody end. Next up, we have Cardiff up against Birmingham. Of course, last 6, these 2 wins for Cardiff, 3 draws, and 1 win for Birmingham. And of course, they did play each other at St Andrews back in January 2020. It was a 1-1 draw. Last time out at Wales was a 4-2 win for Cardiff. Of course, goal scorers on the day. I can't bloody tell you, the machine is just loving me right now. The machine is just loving me. But anyway, Birmingham are actually undefeated in the last 6 away matches, which is quite a surprise. But of course, returning to that game in Wales last time, it was a 4-2 win for Cardiff. Joe Rolls on the score sheet with a couple of goals there. He actually got a hat-trick. Curtis Nelson as well. Ivan Sunjic and Christian Pedersen as well on the score sheet for Birmingham. I think Pedersen will be suspended. Harley Dean got a red card last time out, as did Danny Ward. Of course, coming into this, Birmingham winning 2 of the past 6. On the flip side, just 1 defeat the past 5 for Cardiff. That was against Swansea just the other day. Cardiff coming to this in 10th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 8th. Birmingham coming into this in 16th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 12th in the bloody league. I've gone with a 2-0 win for Cardiff on this one. Goodness gracious me, another 3 points in the bag. Next up, though, we have Coventry City up against Huddersfield Town. Let's take a closer look at this one. They played each other. I don't know the last time they played. It's been a while. I haven't really got much recent records on this one. But anyway, heading into this, Huddersfield just 2 defeats past 6 for them. Losing to Cardiff, a couple of games back, losing to Bournemouth just the other day, whereas Coventry are unbeaten in 6, winning 3 and drawing 3 as well. Coventry actually undefeated in 7 if you want to open up a little bit further than that. As for Huddersfield, they actually failed to score in the last 3 matches away from home. Situation out in the league sees Huddersfield in 14th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 9th in the table, whereas Coventry coming to this in 18th spot in a win for them. They could also go as high as 14th in the Blue League, actually leapfrogging Huddersfield in the process. I've gone with a 1-1 draw on this one, which won't really benefit Coventry, and it won't really benefit Huddersfield. Next up, though, finally, should we say, Reading up against Norwich City is a big one. Of course, Reading coming to this in 5th, Norwich coming to this top of the table, of course. Picture of the last 6, he's 1 win for Reading, 4 wins for Norwich, and 2-1 draw. And of course, that draw was last time out at Carrow back in April 2019. Last time out at the Matchday was a 2-1 win for Norwich City. Goal scorers on the day was, of course, Team Pookie, Mario Vanic as well, with John Daddy Bavard on score sheet for Reading. Heading into this, Norwich have actually won the last 3. They've also scored at least 2 goals in those last 3. Heading into this, though, 1 defeat the past 6 for Norwich, whereas 1 defeat the past 6 for Reading, and that was against Birmingham, of course. A win for Reading in 5th, and they could go as high as 2nd in the table. A win for Norwich, and they'll remain top of the box. In fact, a draw or more will remain top of the pops. I've gone with a 2-2 bloody draw on this one. And if I'm right, which I bloody well hope so, this is what the table will look like. Norwich City lead the charge, 1 point clear of Bournemouth. Watford, Swansea, Reading and Bristol City make up your top 6 down for the table. It's Wycombe going down alongside Derby and Forest. But realistically, Sheffield Wednesday are still in that discussion as well. That's my picks, of course. Be sure to give you the picks nice and early for La Championship. And again, we'll be back, of course, midweek for the next round of matches, which will be match day number 20, heading into the old Christmas period, of course. Be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, of course, and I'll be back very, very soon for some more pickaroonies. Of course, we are scrambling out at the moment, but hopefully you can still catch your picks in nice and early. Until then, though, I'm out.